Governor Tim Walz delivered an incredible speech on Tuesday, making clear that we are in the pull no punches phase of the 2024 election. Governor Walz, opening up for former President Barack Obama, did not hold back in going after Trump in the strongest terms yet and made his vision clear before the American people in front of a packed crowd. My name is Brett Meiselas, here with the MeidasTouch Network. Remember to hit subscribe, help us get to 3.5 million subscribers so that we can share these messages far and wide. First, let me show you this moment where Governor Walz said that Trump has been rambling more than usual and discusses Trump's weave. Watch this.
You know what you noticed? It takes stamina to run for president. It takes stamina to be president. And Donald Trump does not have stamina. He has been rambling more than the normal rambling. He calls it the weave. Donald, come on. We know there's only one weave that you know anything about, and it is not this. It is not this.
Next, Governor Walz made clear why Donald Trump is ducking debates. Watch this.
He's ducked debates, but you can't blame him. When you get your ass whipped that hard, you don't come back for seconds. You come back for seconds.
With Donald Trump continuing to back out of event after event, with his staff saying it is due to, quote, exhaustion, Tim Walz speaks about Donald Trump, saying that he is exhausted and has a message for him. Watch.
He dropped out of 3 interviews, and his staff, in a moment of clarity and truth, said he was exhausted. Look, I don't care how exhausted he is, because I can promise you he's not as exhausted as the American people are of him.
By the way, Walz's statement right there comes after Donald Trump backed out yet another event Tuesday amid reports of his exhaustion. This continues to happen, and it's raising more and more questions about both his mental and physical health. By the way, here's another example of that. Here was Donald Trump in Doral, Florida on Tuesday, once again appearing to fall asleep during a campaign event. Watch this.
For the kill of his wife. But you know, this is the root cause. The root cause is greed and power. And we have a president who loves us. You know, we're exploiting our children. But something happened after.
Governor Tim Walz then said that Donald Trump's real running mate is actually Elon Musk, and said that Elon was jumping around the stage like a, well, I'll let Tim Walz say it. Watch.
And that's not a joke. But look, I'm not going to waste all the time I'm in. I'm going to talk about his running mate. His running mate, Elon Musk. Seriously. Where is Senator Vance after he got asked the simplest question in the world at the debate? Did Donald Trump lose the 2020 election? And after 2 weeks, he finally said, no, he didn't. That's where he's been spending his time. But that's it. So, look, Elon's on that stage, jumping around, skipping like a dipshit on these things. You know it.
And you know I care about the facts here at the MeidasTouch Network, so I want to fact check that by Tim Walz here. Let's pull up this photo. Okay, fact check true. Let's pull up this video from the other day in Butler, Pennsylvania. Let's watch this.
American car company in generations, and his rocket company is the only reason we can now send American astronauts into space. Come here. Take over, Elon. Yes, take over.
Fact check true. I can't argue with Tim Walz's characterization right there. Tim Walz then spoke about Donald Trump's stunt at McDonald's. Watch this.
He missed an opportunity, though. Being at McDonald's, he looks much more like Ronald McDonald and the clown that he actually is. Tell me you don't see this one coming from a mile away. And Ronald wears less makeup. You saw it coming. You saw it coming. That restaurant wasn't even open. It was a stunt. Fake orders for fake customers. They even staged the drive-thru. We know that. They won't let you walk through the damn drive-thru. We knew that. They saw that happening. But look, everything about this guy is fake. Everything he does is fake. Next, he's going to be telling you he's a cop or a construction worker because he dances to the Village People, so he knows the YMCA. And I'll tell you this, though, that 5 minutes he stood next to the deep fryer, I'll guarantee you that's the hardest that guy's ever worked in his life. And that's not a joke.
And like I said, we got to be fact-checking things here at the MeidasTouch Network, so let's pull an image up and see if he's right. Yeah, 2 clowns from the Lincoln Project. That looks exactly like what Tim Walz was speaking about. Next, Tim Walz said that there was something not only nuts, but cruel about a billionaire who uses people's livelihoods as a political prop, and said that Donald Trump was cosplaying as a worker while he wants to strip away workers' overtime and other rights. Watch this.
Well, look, there's something not just nuts, but cruel about a billionaire using people's livelihood as a political prop. His agenda lets big corporations not pay people for overtime and diminishes those very workers that he was cosplaying as.
Governor Walz also got serious and spoke about the threat of a Donald Trump presidency, with him speaking about sending the military after people who don't support him. Watch this.
He's talking about sending the military against people who don't support him. He's naming names. Look, I recognize I'm going to be at the top of that list. You think he's stopping with me? He's talking about you. He's talking about using the United States military to go after people who disagree with his idiotic ideas, his unpatriotic ideas, his traitorous ideas, and he's talking about using the military. He talks about the enemy from within. He was given a chance, because it happens, sometimes you misspeak, yes you do. He was given a chance to clean that up. He never takes it back. And this week, J.D. Vance said something I think was really true about Donald on this issue. He said, Donald just speaks from the heart. A cold, grinchy, 3 sizes too small heart.
Governor Walz also spoke about the stakes of the Supreme Court with the upcoming election. Check this out.
This time, though, the guardrails are gone. It's already Donald Trump's Supreme Court. They've effectively given him total immunity to do whatever he wants as president. Think about this in the next 4 years. If he gets elected, he could appoint up to 3 more justices to an institution that already gave him immunity. That would mean that Donald Trump will have appointed 6 of the 9 Supreme Court justices.
And finally, Governor Tim Walz shared what Donald Trump's Secretary of Defense, General James Mattis, has to say about Trump. Watch this.
This is not, he said, she said, he said. General Mark Milley, the top military officer when Donald Trump was there, a professional, Joint Chiefs of Staff chairman, didn't miss words. He told on the record that he believes Donald Trump is the most dangerous person ever that this country has faced. His Secretary of Defense, General James Mattis, decorated Marine, agrees with that he is the most flawed human being he's ever met. This time, though, the guardrails are gone.
And speaking of the military, The Atlantic is out with a bombshell news story about Donald Trump's treatment of our troops. Here's the story. Trump volunteered to pay for the funeral of a murdered soldier, but when the bill came, he became angry. Quote, "It doesn't cost $60,000 to bury an effing Mexican," he said. He turned to his chief of staff, Mark Meadows, and issued an order. Quote, "Don't pay it." This is from a new article in The Atlantic that's called "Trump, I Need the Kind of Generals That Hitler Had." I recommend you read it. It is really harrowing, and says how Donald Trump even asked his inner circles that he wanted to get the kind of generals that Hitler had while he was in the White House, because he said that they obeyed Hitler, unlike his generals. This is absolutely despicable behavior that Donald Trump exhibited in office, and further shows why he is completely unfit. And I am happy that Governor Tim Walz is sounding the alarm at these rallies. I'm happy that Governor Tim Walz is pulling no punches in getting out these messages. The stakes right now could not be higher, and that's why everybody needs to get out to the polls and vote. By the way, this is the first day of early voting in Wisconsin, which is why they're holding this event today. So if you're in Wisconsin, make sure you get to the polls and vote. And if you could vote anywhere else in the country right now, make sure that you get your vote in. It's so important that your voice be heard and that you play a role in our democracy. Okay, thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate it. Remember to hit subscribe, help us get to 3.5 million subscribers. Thanks again. I'll see you soon.
Hey Midas Mighty, love this report? Continue the conversation by following us on Instagram @MeidasTouch to keep up with the most important news of the day. What are you waiting for? Follow us now.